Yeah, we're getting a new mayor, and there's been a lot of conversation about that, but we're also getting a new city council October 5th, and so I asked my panelists before the show what were the three races they were the most interested in, and here they are. District 2, which features Jerry Green and Scott McCormick. District 3, which features James Kirkwood against Pearl Walker. And District 5, Megan Keel going up against Philip Spinoza, who used to be on the city council at one point. So Otis, I'll start with you on this one. Pick one. Which one are you most interested in?
Well, all of them are interesting, but I'm looking at District 2. I think even though the city elections are nonpartisan, I think it's shaping up to see which political party will dominate here. Jerry Green is a known Democrat, works for Lee Harris. Scott McCormick is a known Republican, moderate guy, very reasonable. It will be a test of where that district is, which covers most of Cordova. It'll be a test of where that district is in terms of being a swing district that was represented by Frank Corvette, but could go to a Democrat like Jerry Green.
So is it a reddish purple or a bluish purple?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Susan, how about you?
I think I'm most interested in District 5. That's Jim Strickland's old seat on the city council. It runs up the Poplar Corridor. It leans Republican. It's not far Republican, but it leans Republican. Spinoza is the Republican in this race. He's represented, as you said, he's been on the council before. And Megan Keel is a newcomer to politics. She's a Democrat. The problem I see with Megan Keel is that even that she knows that district leans Republican, she really has positioned herself pretty far with far left groups.
How so?
Well, some of the groups that she's aligned herself with that are known to be, I don't think she favors at all defund the police, but that's the reputation that they have.
Okay.
But I think the odd thing in this race is that you've got a senior at White Station High School named Luke Hattler, who's in this race, and he will be, if he's going to be a spoiler, it'll be the spoiler for Megan Keel's race.
Oh, no question.
Because he'll take votes away from her.
All right, good point. Reverend Keith Norman, what do you think?
So that left me with District 3, I
Well,
guess. And so
I know
have
5
to-
interests you
Yeah,
too.
the 5 is my interest for sure. I'm interested in why Philip Spinoza is making the comeback.
He's already up on TV, one of the few council candidates.
I'm interested in knowing that and the heart of that. But I like this other one, 3, because Kirkwood has a history of service to the Memphis Police Department, and then you got Pearl Walker in that race, and she's a community favorite and a spokesperson who steps out. So this is going to be a very interesting race. And then the other names that are there are not so far from being able to mount a campaign. So it's interesting to see how that comes out. I'm going to watch that one very closely.
Yeah, to be fair, many of these races have several candidates running, but these are the 2 considered to be the favorites. And Otis, you were talking earlier about what you think this means for J.B. Smiley and Jeff Warren, who are 2 incumbents who are running unopposed, and will be having their second terms. You think they're both well positioned to be leaders on the city council?
No question about it, especially J.B. Smiley.
Yes.
I mean, he has really impressed everybody, really.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
he ran a fairly decent race statewide.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
And so, and the fact that he didn't have any opposition speaks to the fact that nobody wanted to go up against him.
Right.
And so he is well positioned to be a leader on that council, as is Jeff Warren, as is Chase Carlisle. But I'm really looking at how J.B. Smiley will be able to branch out in this sort of new constituted city council and take a real leadership role.
And let's not forget how important it is for whoever the new mayor is to get along with whoever the new city council is, and that's a question worth asking the candidates for mayor too.
But you got the right holdovers too. With JB, you got a guy who asks questions, and he doesn't always accept the status quo of how things have always been. There were some times, if you recall, that he actually challenged Alan Wade or said, Alan, I want to know.
Right.
I want the real answer here. And so you need that experience to kind of hold over this new group and welcome in a new mayor to help navigate City Hall. You got that guy in there, and I think JB, you're absolutely right.
And JB has questioned Doug McGowan too,
Yes,
over at Light, Gas, and Water. But I think you've seen in the last week or two, JB Smiley and Warren lead the way on the council to flex their muscles against City Hall.
And asking
And
questions
deal with the gun issue as
That's
well.
not a bad thing.
No,
It's a good thing.
it's a very good thing.
Another great show. I could talk to you guys for another hour or 2 probably. Thanks for you at home for watching today. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week for ABC24 This Week.